Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to call people out who ask really inappropriate questions or who just say really problematic things that you're just like not cool with and you're kind of like, oh, should I say something? Also, sorry about the hair. It's wild. I haven't cut in a while. I have no idea why I haven't cut in a while. I'm gonna cut it soon. I just really like the color. Like the color looks really cool, no? Yeah? I don't know. So, I feel like I've actually made a video like this in the past, but I feel like I want to explore it again. So I hope the people that are watching this video are trans and maybe want to call people out, or are the people who might be called out on. Because it's also important to like understand where other people are coming from when they call you out. So, yeah. Okay, so the first thing that I have to say, and I hate that I have to say this, to be honest, because it always relies on us, but we need, I hate this. We need to keep in mind that people are not educated. And that is not an excuse. I'm very aware of this. People can, for anything, right? People have said racist things, and no matter if they know that it's racist or not, it's still racist. It's still there. People are still allowed to be angry and call them out and say stuff like that. But I also keep in mind that people just don't know certain things about the trans community. There's a certain view of the trans community that people have based on TV, and it's actually insane because right now I'm rewatching Queer as Folk because it's on Out TV, and last night there was nothing on TV and L Word was on, so I started watching L Word, and I just cannot believe it. Queer as Folk was a very long time ago, yet they use the T word often. I really don't want to say this word, so I'm just going to say the T word because I don't want to say the actual word. And then I'm watching the L Word last night, and like, they say it twice about Max, and I never thought that they... Ugh. So here it is, L Word. L Word is kind of recent, like 10 years old maybe? Oh my god, that's insane. But people, and I'm talking about in the LGBT community right now, still have a view of trans people that just isn't right, and it's not there. Like, you cannot use this word. You cannot go out and be like, what's up, my friend? Like, you can't. It's not, no. But I feel like people don't know that. People don't know that it's appropriate because of the things that they get put on by the media. Now, yes, we're getting so much more representation. If you think about like Laverne Cox and Janet Mock right now, and the interviews that they've done on all these different talk shows, they talk about objectifying trans people, and the questions that we're being asked just don't make us feel like we're human. And I think that that is slowly creeping in on people, and people finally know they know somebody who's trans, and that they've seen maybe a snippet of the interview. Even if they don't like trans people, maybe hearing one sentence like, don't ask trans people about their genitals or having the surgery, it objectifies them. Maybe that can get them to think, oh god, I wouldn't want people to ask me about my genitals, so why should I ask others? I think with this representation and more movies finally having better representation of trans people, because lord, the representations before were just, what? Where are these people let's not even go there. So because of this like newly found great representation, and it's not perfect, god no, it's not perfect, but we have some better representation, I feel like people are slowly starting to cue in, which is great, but then there's still that like really big group of people that are just like, either don't understand anything about trans and will ask inappropriate questions. The example that I want to use right now is messages that I've gotten on Grindr and Scruff, and I've also did a research project on this last semester about inappropriate questions that people have asked trans men on these apps. And it was really interesting to do this research and also to get messages as well at the same time as doing this research. So people ask us inappropriate questions, and we could just be like, that's inappropriate, bye, or never answer them, that's fine. It sucks that people definitely make us like the dictionary of trans or the encyclopedia of trans. I'm the Google of trans. Like, that's what it feels like. People just ask questions nonstop, and it doesn't feel like I'm a human anymore. It just feels like I'm just like a Google search engine, and all you want is answers from me. That's all you're getting. So it sucks that it's put on us, but I also feel like it's put on us to call these people out, and it shouldn't, but that's where this video is going. It has become a thing where if people ask us inappropriate questions and they say really rude things that are like trans related, or even use the T word, I know people who ignore them. I know people who just start swearing at them, like, fuck you with the, stuff like that. And it sucks to have to adjust, like, my emotion when things like this happen, but I really try to call people out in the best way possible that they will react to. Instead of yelling at people, I don't know what video I talked about this in. I think it was a recent video. Yes, it was the video about people being obsessed with birth names and the surgery. So I talked about this. sucks that we get these questions, but for me, this is what I do. God, I'm not saying do this, I'm just saying this is what I do. I don't put myself on their level at all, but I put myself on a level where I'm not yelling or swearing, because if you do that, the second you do that, you lose them and they'll never learn anything, from what I've seen in my experience. So instead, I literally joke around like, actually transgendered isn't the appropriate word because blah blah, I say it right now, but like you didn't know, so it's okay, LOL. Like literally, I wrote this today. Like this, it's not something cool that we have to do, like it's not like chill that we have to do this, but I mean, sometimes it has to be done, and I don't mind calling people out on that level, but it's taken some time for me to like adjust myself and not be like, that's rude. So yeah, I'm saying this only because I've had experiences on both sides. Not like I've been called out online or anything like that about things like that. I mean, I have been called out online from different things that I've done, and I have been called out online in an aggressive way, and I reacted super defensively about it, and I didn't like that at all. So I think I'm using the experiences that I've had and how people have called me out, and kind of understanding how I've called people out. So I've called people out really aggressively, like, that's rude, and they have like deleted me, or they've just like never learned anything, and now they all think that trans people are bad, because obviously if you're one trans person, they think all trans people are the same. So if you're mean, all trans people are mean, right? So the point, I guess, is that I try to be nice, and I try to not be too rude, but I try to like be rude with some sarcasm in there and some like LOLs that I don't really mean, but that I want them to know that I'm just like lolling with them, kind of. But they learn, like then there's like a small conversation that happens, like, God, I'm never gonna meet this person ever, but at least they know what a trans person is, and that like not all trans people are the same, and that we're not all assholes because one person was nice to them. I'm not saying it's trans people are assholes because they always, like, we have the right, 100% we have the right to be angry and to cuss these people out and be aggressive with them, 100%. I guess that what I'm trying to do, and I know that maybe some people would like to do this and not be like angry, which, like I said, you 100%, I get angry sometimes all the time. Are you kidding me? If some of these questions are just inappropriate, I can't handle it. But what I like to do is just like take the moment and then just be like LOL, because these people don't know anything. And sometimes I like literally, I just laugh at the questions, because just like, who uses words like that? Like sometimes it's just words that are like, I didn't even, transgenderizing, literally, what am I, a robot? I guess that's, yeah, I guess this is more like a part 3 to the people obsessed with like birth names and surgery, but this is more like an extension of those videos, and talking about how calling people out might affect the person, it might affect you. It sucks, honestly, I'm gonna say this forever, it sucks that we have to put it on ourselves. I've learned to accept it, I've learned to make videos about it and talk about my feelings and process it, so I really don't mind calling these people out. I don't mind being that person, but I always make sure to tell these people, never ask any other trans person these questions. These are really rude questions. Unless they tell you, please, you can ask me anything, that's completely fine. You probably shouldn't ask these specific questions though if they're super rude, but yeah, that's my point. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just like trying to educate people, even though what they're doing is super problematic, but they still need to learn something. So I think that that's all I had to say about that. And look at that, I made a video under 10 minutes. I hope you have a great week. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.